most important thing you can do to prepare for your holidays is to get your updated COVID vaccine. The most important thing you can do to prepare for your holidays is to get your updated COVID vaccine. And if you get it now, you'll be protected in time for winter holiday gatherings.
Yay! We must bring the absolute record to all you motherfuckers. Hey, y'all. Welcome. We are in the bucket. We've come to cause disturbances in the gynocentric matrix. Do not attempt to adjust your YouTube. There is nothing wrong. I've been shadow banned, so I know a lot of y'all got Discord. So get them links out. Get them links out to the brothers. All of that. Right about now is a good time for you to do it. Someone put the link up, or if you got it already, get that motherfucker out to Telegram, Discord, or whatever, Gilded, whatever you do. Yeah, I've heard about Gilded. You know what I'm saying? That is a good source as well. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, for that intro. You know, I kind of rushed to get over here to get the damn thing started. Enough excuses, but damn though. Yo, I don't know, man. I'm in the Dakotas, and shit, when I opened up the door, it was a 2-foot snowbank greeting me. Just, it was stuck to the door, but when I opened it, it somehow crystallized and hardened into a fucking snow wall. So it was a snowbank. I opened the door to a snowbank. So yeah, the blizzard is here. Damn! That is exactly what the fuck I said when I opened up the door. I opened up the door, and then, yeah, this is what the fuck I said. Damn! Oh, yeah, speaking of... Damn! That will be premiering after the show. So, my alt texts are out there, or the new text, or whatever you want to call that shit. It is out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Odyssey link, you know, throw that up one more again, or scroll back up, you know, get that and get ready to go up on an adventure, you know, copy it and then paste it to another window so that you can go to it after this. And this shit is called Disaster After Disaster. Lots of fucking disasters going on. Riots, melees, disturbances of the peace. Hey, oh, fuck. You know what? I probably shouldn't have told you motherfuckers. You were like, nah, fuck this live show shit. I want to go see the things that make you go. Damn! Psyche Soap, right now. I want to go over there right now and watch it. Fuck this guy. He's going to be on for 2 to 3 hours. So when I'm done with it, I can come back. You know what? That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit. Yeah, we are in the bucket where we definitely and indeed have fun. We let loose and we speak the red pill and even sometimes the black pill truth. Now, as usual, this episode might offend even my ardent supporters and friends, but as you know, I never gave a fuck. Because I can, stupid. Now, check to see if you fellas are still subscribed to me. Check your notifications too. Because even though you got your notifications on all, I do my bucket. I go into bucket every Friday. So I go into bucket every Friday. I'm shadow banned and relegated to the butthole of the internet. Yo, even though I'm on YouTube and Miss Susie Q, keeps me on this thing, I'm surprised they even do it. And I really hope some Elon Musk just buys Alphabet and kicks out these motherfuckers. I mean, I understand that everybody gets on Twitter and the way that it's formed and the short response thing. See, this was before TikTok. Hey, yo, they brought Vines. Before there was a TikTok, there was Vine. Remember? And so, in writing exact, that is what brought the short form content. I'd like to make it, and I may need to shake myself out of that shit. I may need to, oh shit. Now, excuse me, guys. I was talking about that damn the snowdrift, that big old snow wall that I opened up the door to. Right now, the maintenance crew that I hired is out there getting rid of it. So you're hearing that motor in the background, and that's them. Apologies to my podcast listeners. And in fact, if you're wanting to catch the replay while you're on your work commute, or if you're on a job to where no one else can hear this shit, this would be a good place to start, like right around here and right around now, Big up to One Fast Dak. Yo, I knew you were going to have a speedy recovery, brother. I knew that was going to happen. And you one of the very few that comes through. I did see that ice fishing video that you did. Man. Yo, I wish I could be there. I wish you could be here. Shit. We got ice fishing country across the border. It would be better if you had gotten your passport and got out here than the other way around, because Canada is all kinds of goofy, but at least you're not in the goofy parts. You managed to decentralize your life, and that is something that I'll be talking about in the next rumination on down the line. But we're in holiday mode, and we're in the most wonderful time of the year, so that's what it is. Yes. Yeah, it's here. Griff. Oh my God. Soap is grifting.
No steady, big fellow.
Yep. I'm doing it. What you gonna do about it? Yeah. Holy shit, man. It's fly getting paid to do what you want, but it's not really me, Here it's just shooting the shit, a donation every now and again. And speaking of which, enough respect to you, Mr. Pliskin. Call me Snake. Now, I cannot do that shit like Hammer. Yeah. That guy, I don't know. Maybe it's the culture that they're in or whatnot. Dare I say racial? But shit, you white fellas got it. You know what I'm saying? I cannot do the fucking I can't do the Kurt Russell voice. maybe I need to watch Escape from New York. Now, Escape from LA ain't that bad. It's really not that bad a movie, you know. Checking it out again, you know, him getting back into that role, you know. But if he were to do a third Escape from series directed by the great John Carpenter, I mean, John Carpenter is getting long in the tooth, you know. He might want to do another one. He should probably do another one to make it a trilogy. And I hope like fuck. If he does that, I hope he doesn't succumb to the woke bug or anything like that. Yeah. Snake's in the building. Snake is in the building. Still looking for your glider, as you say. Yeah, Snake. Yo, Snake was put there. And you know what? The way that Escape from New York began, and you know, John Carpenter is such a fucking genius, man. I know the term gets bandied about, but it's really rare. And I'm gonna go on a tangent. It's really rare that a director not only has control of the site, the set direction and the cinematography and the story, which he did have a hand in, by the way, and the what do you call that? The music, even the music. And yeah, John Carpenter has been doing that shit ever since he started, ever since his first film, you know, professional film. Even in his amateur days, I was able to see this one. I forgot what it was called. And it was kind of like it was based in a spaceship. It was kind of a sci-fi type of a thing. And yeah, the special effects were dinky doo, but the story, you know, was conveyed. I was watching that for the story. And even in those early days, you know, his pre-Halloween horror days, you know, I was like, yeah, you know what? It was destiny is not a good word to put it. Serendipity might be a better word. It was serendipity that he became this type of a director. You know, the same thing with if you were to see the silent films of Alfred Hitchcock or the documentary films of Stanley Kubrick before he even did feature length films. He was a photographer, right? And so was Alfred Hitchcock. But in the case of John Carpenter, right? He did a sci-fi thing, sci-fi short film. I think I might want to find that one more time, one more again. And, you know, and looking at all the movies he was doing later, like the Thing, um, They Live, which is very awesome. You red pillars and MGTOW know what I'm talking about. And the thing about They Live is, you know, they were in, I mean, that movie has the longest fucking fight scene ever between Roddy Piper and Mekhi Phifer's dad. Yes, that guy, that Roddy Piper was fighting in the movie They Live by John Carpenter, was is Mekhi Phifer's dad. He's still alive. And that fight scene had to have lasted anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. And that's a fight scene too long. You know what I mean? What? What the fuck, Snake? Are you serious? Again, excuse the snowblower that's in the background. There was a snowbank that I woke up to when I opened up the door. You know, damn, I think I would. Is it possible that I can show you that snowbank? Let me see. Shit. I took a little picture of it earlier. I don't know if I can find it. Taking too long. I don't care. But you kind of get the gist of it. But back to John Carpenter and his style of filmmaking, and how I was looking at Escape from New York, because that shit was so well made and it was ahead of its time. You know, it was just before Terminator even came out, because Terminator came out in 84. You know, Jim Cameron was, this is when Jim Cameron was cutting his teeth. But back on this, though, according to Snake, all right, and Snake says that word on the street is Russell's son is going to play the next. What? Let me see this shit. I'm over here tapping on the keys. Kurt Russell's son. Let me see. Wyatt Russell? Is that his name? Let's see here. You got a wiki. Let me see. Oh, there he is. Oh, Wyatt Russell. Yo, is this the one? Bro, this is Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son. Okay, y'all gotta forgive me for this. I didn't know that. I just found that out. Just now found this shit out. That's him. And Goldie Hawn, in a strange and funny way, has ageless beauty on her part. But then again, nah, I saw the makeup. She was able to hold that up for a good 30 years. Because 40 to 80 is a long motherfucking time for a female. Oh, shit. Well, that's their kid. Back to my 6 degrees of fucking separation with John Carpenter, right? So he makes this Escape from New York, and it is some shit. I mean, as early as it was, it had Isaac Hayes in it, you know. It had what's that? Damn. Master Antonio, the one that played Scarface's sister, you know, that played Al Pacino's character's sister in Scarface. Was that Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio? Let me get Escape from New York up here. Shit. Yeah, they need to bring these types of movies back. Real shit. Adrian Barbeau. I think it was Adrian Barbeau. Yeah, from Friday the 13th, man. Yeah, Adrian Barbeau. Oh, okay. The one that my dad was killing in the movie. Oh shit. That was the one. Holy shit, it had everybody in here. Cause yeah, Donald Pleasance, the one that played the Dr. Loomis, the first Dr. Loomis on Halloween. And then Dr. Loomis was later played by Malcolm McDowell, which was a good fucking choice, by the way, Rob Zombie. But back on this Escape from New York thing. Now that we all look at it, the all-time greats were in this shit. You might as well have said that this was an all-star cast. And, you know, after the success of Halloween, Carpenter, he took that money and put it into a really, really fucking good investment. Escape from New York was a groundbreaking ass film. In my words, anyway. It was a groundbreaker in science fiction. In the terms of, it took you from the Westworld and the 2001 A Space Odyssey type of a world into a new world. This movie and Star Wars, A New Hope, that one, the George Lucas directed shit, not the garbage shit that came later, but A New Hope came later. That was in the 80s, in the early 80s, late 70s, was a time and point in, oh man, this was the next step in sci-fi is basically what I want to say. And in that film, there was like an all-star cast. You know, you had Kurt Russell, Lee Van Cleef. Yo, it gets no better than that. Ernest Borgnine. Now, some of y'all know him from the Western. And no, but I grew up with him from the TV series called Airwolf, the action series where they had that bomb-ass attack helicopter. I grew up in that era. Don't mean to tell my age, but you know what? I got ageless beauty, motherfucker. I got a hockey mask, and beyond this hockey mask, black don't crack, baby.
Now it's very big fellow.
You damn right. So Donald Pleasance was in it. Isaac Hayes was in it. Adrian Barbeau was in it. And Harry Dean Stanton. Another all-time great. But when I first seen this movie, it wasn't back in the day. I did not watch this movie in the 80s or the 90s. I didn't even watch Escape from LA when it came out in 95, I think it was. No, I didn't watch this until, post Red Pill, post Man. When I got to know what it out here, when I got into the red pill manosphere thing, the MGTOW thing, Now I seen They Live before any of that, but Escape from New York was, a joy and a gem to me because I didn't see this movie until later in life. And when I saw it, it was this motherfucker, Snake Plissken, ex-soldier, federal prisoner. And they hire him for a job because he know he's capable. They know that he's capable. But the government being the government, they had to shoot him with a time bomb, inject him with a time bomb. No one else was doing that shit. Now, it does kind of have a Manchurian Candidate vibe to it, but no. Oh, no. John Carpenter took that shit a whole nother level out. That was one hell of a science fiction film, man. That was one hell of a film. What escape city for the third one, fellas? This is for the chat. Even if you are replaying it, this is even for y'all too. When you're replaying it, whether it be video or radio or whatnot, audio only, whatnot. Escape from. What should be the city? What should be the fucking city in which Snake escapes from to keep this going? Because the third one would make it a trilogy. I would call it a trilogy because I'd be sitting, kicking it, watching all three but they bet not woke it the fuck up. They bet not woke it up. Because if they but if they woke it up, I'm going to be pissed. As you all will know, and you will hear this. Oh, shit. Broderick Black, man. Long time no see, famo. Yeah. I was talking about Escape from New York. Oh, okay. So, Snake, you saying that Wyatt Russell, he played a college quarterback on 21 Jump Street too? Let me see. All right, so I'm putting that in right now. All right. And seeing what's going on here. Okay, I'm looking at Dad's filmography. And yeah, he was also in his father's films. And that's right. He was in 22 Jump Street. And he was in Everybody Wants Some, which was kind of crazy. Crazy ass movie. But yeah, he was in that. Okay. I don't remember what role he played in that movie. And he's done a few television roles. Yeah, man. If they get him in that, and if the writing is on point, that'll be something to see. I'm going to watch it anyway, but I hope like fuck I'm not disappointed. If he's anything like his mom and his dad, because you already know Miss Lady, she an actor, Hudson. Yeah, Miss Hudson, you know. She was the groupie and Almost Famous, and she didn't do too bad. She was the false rape bitch in that in the Thurgood Marshall movie. You know, that was kind of crazy. I think Chadwick Boseman played him, if I'm not mistaken. But back to Escape from LA. Yeah, I'm doing all my you know shit, this is the longest monologue ever. But anyway, I'm getting into that movie. And once that shit comes out, bro, if you get some anti-woke writing, some really good writing, and to give a fuck who they trigger, and they put it somewhere they need to put it, Netflix ain't gonna accept it. I mean, it is a major film. I don't know if John Carpenter still has the fucking rights to it, but it is what it is. All right, back to this. Broderick Black say, "Good to see you." So, what's the topic of the stream today? Well, it's called the backlash. Hey, it's good that you came back over here, man. Parental discretion is highly advised. Y'all already know this shit. In other words, you better not bring your damn kids into this. Now you already seen the links, the Cash App links, whatever the fuck. But look, the content I do. Let's get to that. Now, the content that I do, it's like food. And I got different types for you. The junk food that I bring to you are the things that make you go. That's the damn. By Saigi soap. So the things that make you go. Damn. That's the junk food. All right. Now the healthy food, that would be the ruminations. That's the healthy food, my brothers. That's the health food. The red pilled stuff, kind of like the meditations where I hit you with that singing bowl. I'll bring that up here probably in my little clips later to show you what it means. And then this show, the one that you're in right now, in the motherfucking bucket, where we have fun, let loose, and give you even the red and even sometimes the black pill truth. That right there, my friends, is a balanced meal. Has a mix of everything. I know, weird analogy, whatever. But when you peel back the layers of the content, that's what you get. You see, I'm loving the fact that these leftist hucksters are getting exposed, getting just flat out exposed by the dissident right. Especially when we all know that censorship in its destructive forms, in its destructive ways, it can affect us all. Like the quote says, I don't know, was it Goethe that came up with this? And it was, or was it Voltaire? I don't know, but somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. To know who you cannot criticize, look no further than the ones that have power over you. Now, maybe I'm paraphrasing that, I don't have the exact quote in front of me. Maybe you fellas have it, but it is what it is. The ones you can't criticize are the ones that are censoring you, ergo have power over you. And that pisses me off. And that's probably why I'm fucking shadow banned, man.
No, steady, big fellow. Well,
Hey, I'm only telling the truth. You were all thinking it. Shit. You were all fucking thinking it. Right? High screen sharing. Oh, okay. So I was on that shit. Uh-oh. Slish malt liquor. Let's go get it. Social stuff, Broderick Black. Yes. Individualist stuff also. Because it's important to decentralize your own life. And you fellas are y'all are already doing it. I mean, you're being free agents and not being franchise tags, to use sports parlance. What that means is that you've opted out and you threw up both middle fingers ablazing to the fucking Matrix. Fuck the Matrix, all right? But yeah, this one's going to be kind of hard to take. You're still in it anyway. You just got off the plantation. And big up to Archangel, Liberation Y, and his content. And where that led me, because I used to put that on when I would go on long road trips. And I know some of you fellas turn on your your fucking what's that, your phones, and hook them up to your phone, and you listen to the streaming, or you have it live. Now drive safely, please, when you have my shit on, especially when you're laughing. MGTOW Outlaw, big up. But that's how you do it, you know? So yeah, understand, my content is like food. You know, the junk food, those are the things that make you go, damn! Which had just premiered today. Okay? So after this, it will be dropped on all my new tech sites. You know, because Susie doesn't like it. And all that shit. You know? The healthy food, that's the ruminations. You know, some of y'all were with me since day one. Some of y'all are my day ones, and big up to my day ones. Day ones, you got to spread the word. Come on now. I'm not doing this shit for nothing. I paid the car note. No, I'm just kidding. Look, one thing you best know for sure is that I do this for y'all. But once it becomes a job and less fun, you know, it starts to get, you know, yuck to me. And I don't ever want it to get that way. So if you guys experience any times and lapses and lulls between one video to the next, just know that as an individual, I too am living MGTOW. I too am going my own way, just like you, you know? And that's why I got my meditations and the ruminations out there for you. It's healthy food for you. They may be old videos, but I drops the facts on you. You can listen to them in a playlist if you'd like. And I'm going to get that set up in my podcast sites and Anchor. And I'm also constructing the vertex.io, which also is a notification service that will let you know where I am, where I'm at, even if they do cancel me on this shit. Okay? And the balanced meal that you're on is in the bucket. This is a part of your complete breakfast, motherfucker. And that happens to be where you are, where you live. You know, so when you peel back the layers, this is what you get. You know? The censorship is a motherfucker. It can affect us all. Yes, I said it with a hard R, just like I'm saying with a hard R on this one.
I'm an Alabama nigger and I want to be free. Hell with the NAACP.
All right, should we censor that or not? Should we censor it? Because I thought it was funny when I heard it. Shit, I was able to hear that. You know, it may seem a little offensive, but you know, it's funny nowadays. Oh yeah, behind this mask is a black man, of course. So what? So the fuck what? I'm an American too. I mean, if you were to drop me off in, let's say, Eastern Europe, if you were to drop me off, let's just say Saudi Arabia, if you were to drop me off in Doha or Vladivostok or fucking Okinawa, for all I give a fuck, Europe for all we give a fuck, hell, Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro, you will know that I'm an American, especially if I start talking. I have the dialect and everything. You know, the reason why that's funny,
I'm an Alabama nigger and I want to be free. Hell with the NAACP.
oh fuck. When I first got that shit, I didn't want to. Oh man, it was catchy. See, when I was blue pilled and unawake, unaware, excuse me, because the awake term has been hijacked by the dissident left. When I was blue pilled, let's just say, something like that would have wanted me to cancel people that have sung this shit and people that have posted this shit. Oh no, not anymore. It's funny because I know that those that rally under that flag are traitors to the 50 stars and stripes. See, if you're a rebel and you like, bandying about the rebel flag just because it's, a part of your history and heritage, I understand that, because it was brother against brother, Civil War times. I get it. And you are from the South. I get it. Nathan Bedford Forrest was a piece of shit. Okay? But in the same breath, he was a good war general. It would have been cool to see Sherman versus Forrest in a battle during the Civil War. There goes the snowblower again. Give me a minute. Let's have a moment of silence. Because let me tell you, that blizzard hit us hard, okay? As soon as I opened the door, and some of y'all didn't catch it in the very, very beginning, but as soon as I opened the door, I seen shit. That shit is 5 feet, man. This shit is 5 feet. A 5-foot fucking snowbank came up. And it was a motherfucker, you guys. I mean, shit. I'm like, what the hell is this shit, man? Oh, man. Big ass snowbank, too, bro. Okay. It'll go to that here in a minute because I'm in the bucket right now. I'll just let that load here pretty soon. I'm going to start I need to upgrade my machine. And thank you, brothers. True Sherm, Hammer, Snake, Shaka Nulu, all y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying, for contributing to the show. Obviously you see a value in this. I do. I don't know. I put it in such a comedic level, but back to this Confederate battle flag or whatever. And I got a video on this also, is that if the Confederates would have won the war, they wouldn't have been seen as traitors and rebels, carpetbaggers as they are, you know. They would have been seen as revolutionaries that have started their own nation. But no, motherfucker, you're a part of the United States of America. And Lincoln whooped that ass. Now, I'm smart enough to know that the Emancipation Proclamation and the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments was Lincoln's way of saying that we won, and history's written by the winners. That's why that little war on northern aggression doesn't get no play around here. That's only being a talking point parroted to those that do live in the South. But you lost, my man. I don't see it as racist. I don't see it as racist at all that you're waving the battle flag. In fact, I love the Dukes of Hazzard, especially when it's on the top of the General Lee. It would not be a General Lee, a Dodge Charger General Lee, without that motherfucking Confederate battle flag. In fact, they should get what is it, a 2022 Dodge Challenger or a 1970 Dodge Challenger, even though it was originally a Charger in the TV series. They should get a Dodge Challenger and put a Confederate battle flag on the top of it, the 01 on the sides of it, put the stars and the General Lee on that. That shit is tight, you know? But when I see the rebel flag, I don't see racist. I don't see KKK, my man. What I see is traitors that lost. Just like the founding fathers. Had they have lost the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812, they would have been seen as traitors to the crown, because they used to be servants for the aristocratic ruling class of England, the nation they came from. So if the founding fathers, as they were to lose that war, they would have been called traitors to the crown, but they're not. They're revolutionaries. And now they're founding fathers because they won that war. And as that we always say, as the cliche often goes, the history is always written by the winners. So no, I don't see the rebel flag as racist at all. I see it as, dude, you lost. Get over it. But and another thing, I do see it as, yes, your heritage is made up of Southerners, Southern ladies and gentlemen, as it were. I respect that, but you still lost. I don't see the Civil War as a battle of, as a war against slavery. I saw it as a war on resources. And this was, hot on the heels of the Industrial Revolution. All right. The North had the advanced economy, and I put scare quotes to it, whereas the South had largely agrarian methods in their economy. And, the North was going to drag the South into this kicking and screaming. And from the point of view of the President Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States of America, he wanted to drag the South into this evolution, kicking and screaming. And so he sent out U.S. Grant. He sent out William Tecumseh Sherman to do. But here's the thing. Lincoln had to lose his life. And I see why Black Republicans exist to this day. Frederick Douglass was an abolitionist. Okay? And abolitionists at that time of the mid 19th century were supporters of the Republican Party. They were okay with that notion of the nation because, believe it or not, if you really look at it, the Republicans at that time in pre-Civil War America when they broke off of the Democratic Republican Party, because they were all the same. Well, actually, the Republican Party came from the Whig Party in a way. And fast forward on to Lincoln. When Lincoln came about and was elected, he ushered in a new era. He wanted to get both sides of the country involved so that that manifest destiny can expand further west and keep going. Because as some of you know, and in history, even though North and South was going to war, there was also a power grab by the Union, by the United States of America's government, as they were, to push forward west. Fast forward, we got our 50 nifty United States of America. All right. And here's another thing. When you do buy a flag, you better make sure that it's 50 stars and 13 stripes. 50 stars are the current states. The stripes are the colonies, the original 13 colonies. All right. What's wrong with being an American? You know, to be black in America, you know? Yeah, we're black people, and I understand that back in the day, black didn't necessarily mean people, but property. But what's wrong with the Black Panthers? What's wrong with the say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud? I mean, the Black Panthers to me were really a Second Amendment militia group that just so happens to have a darker skin of color. They just wanted to police their own neighborhoods. But the fucked up thing about it was the communism that permeated the party. Because as you did see with the leaders, Huey Newton and Bobby Seale, especially Bobby Seale, that they were passing around the Little Red Book written by Chairman Mao. And I'm not down with that type of shit, by the way. But they had their heart in the right place for black folks at that time. But that shit that shit really did get the FBI on their ass. Then COINTELPRO came about. Now I'm going to here's a hot take, man. Here's another one. Here's a hot take. It was because of that Jane Edgar Hoover cross-dressing ass motherfucking put COINTELPRO in the place. All right. Let me get out of that first hour real quick. No, but to end that, the biggest point is this, because yeah, I'm rambling on and I need to get to the content, to the comments, to the content at hand, to the articles I got, because I got some of that Elon. But yo, it makes me wish that this publisher, not platform, this publisher was bought by an Elon Musk type of a person. I wish it was. Real shit. I wish it was bought by an Elon Musk type. Because if it were, we'd get to see all of the bullshit. One of y'all left. Come on now. I was about to talk about your little comments. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to get on into that too. You know, don't be scared. You know, it's only soap. But yeah. If you are, flipping the remote control onto another, batch of content, that's okay too. I mean, you know where to catch me on the replay. And I do offer you this replay free of charge. And you know what? I shouldn't ever charge you guys for that. Because it is it's an indeed a blessing, for lack of better words, that I have you all. You mean more to me than you'll ever know. Especially my brother that's listening now. Chat. All right? Much respect to my man's chat. And I'll even tell you to your face right now, bro, if you were to come through, or if I were to come through and visit you. And you already know this. I would like to up the level and be a better bro to you. And I'll extend that upon you fellas, and be a better bro to you as well. Let me get to these comments. Speaking of which, shit, Snake. And he says, they were going against the Queen of England, who was forcing them to sell their cotton to England. They rebelled. All right. So in that regard, they were traitors to the crown too. Victoria was the queen at that time. And they were trying to start another nation in the same way that the founding fathers did. But the North seen it as, wait a minute, we're better together. As stupid as this may sound, I think that's what the Northern Union was trying to see it as. Oh, well. History's written by the winners, man. History's written by the winners. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't like throwing that cliche at you, but it's damn true. All right. Snake also say the people who make the history books have an agenda. I mean, well, yeah. But even you would make a history book too if you were in that level of power. Because you got to, if you were the ruling class, Snake, you're going to need a scribe. You're going to need an archive of some sort to document the journey of the nation you built, Snake. Let's just say if this was the nation of Snake or the Snake Republic, you would want to have schools there too. And for those schools to learn the history of the country that you built, you know, in an empathetic sense, I kind of see where they're coming from. Now, that doesn't mean that I agree with them now. And they sow division, you say. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Snake also say, Black Americans were once the largest slave owners. Okay, true. And especially into the sharecropper era. And this was directly after the Civil War. Because the sharecropper era is what took the place of it. But those same slave owners had to depend on a white master, you know what I'm saying, to keep their books on the up and up so that they can pay their little mortgages, dare I say.
I'm an Alabama nigger and I wanna be free. Hell with the NAACP.
All right, I've gotten rid of some of the pro-blacks that were listening to my channel. Nah. I could work with y'all. Y'all are my guys. It's all good. Let me get back into this because me and Snake are having a conversation. And he goes on to say, Black Panthers are the reason why we still legally have assault rifles. Oh, man. Good point. Because at the time that they were forming and at the time that they did, yes, they were a Second Amendment group. If you can get past the commie bullshit book, hell, even what's the name? Bobby Seale had to admit. Bobby Seale, one of the founders, had to admit that they didn't even read the damn thing. They were just passing that shit to college students so that they would get behind, you know, the notion of black men with guns. And, you know, you're not wrong, Snake, when you do say that Black Panthers are the reason why we still legally have assault rifles and shit like that. But I'll tell you what, it scared the shit out of Ronald Reagan at the time, which was a California governor, by the way. They scared the shit out of him. You know? And that's why he had to dial up J. Edgar Hoover to put COINTELPRO into place, which also created the Bloods and Crips. Well, actually radicalized them or divided each other. Well, he basically split up the Black Panthers, the Black Panther crews, and even, split up the Vice Lords and Disciples in Chicago, and even split up those that were in New York to get the gangs that we all know now with drugs and all of that, the counterintelligence program. All right, anyway, let me get off of that shit. Roderick Blackgold has said, I see the Civil War as commies being successful in destroying unity in America, and yet it's simple as that. It was a proxy war between our leaders and a bunch of socialists. All right. But in what way? Which side? Which side and in what way? I don't totally disagree with that. I don't entirely agree with it yet. Because the socialism that came to our country didn't make itself aware until a great time after, like 50 years after the Civil War, when the Wobblies and the IWW came about. That's when socialism made its way here to America. See, it was still brewing in Europe at the time, the Paris Commune in 1900, and it then went along and went over. But here in America, we seen it with what is called the Wobblies, IWW. Look that up. I put that in the comments. All right. But I'm not saying you're I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Not at all. Not at all, bro. Snake says that's the number one thing that those government types feared most. A black man with a gun. Oh no, the horror. The horror.
No, steady, big fellow.
Because a monster was coming on. And you know what? I'm going to cut up where those sound clips came from with the monster business and all of that. They come from this cartoon that I used to watch as a kid called Roger Ramjet. He was based in Lompoc, California. He had 4 orphans, Yank, Doodle, Dan, and Dee. And they would go on this patriotic crusade to fight monsters that, were trying to do something devious and scandalous to the whole of the world, and America, of course.
No, steady, big fellow.
So when you do get a chance, and watch this with your kids too, Roger Ramjet. Oh no, I might be spreading a bad message, because if you see what makes him get powered up to beat up bad guys, what his Popeye spinach is, because he does have something like a Popeye spinach that he eats and before he beats up the bad guys. I'm not going to spoil too much, but Roger Ramjet is pretty cool. If you see some of the old cartoons, watch them with your kids, or just watch it if you're chilling. But that's where I get this from, because a lot of the monsters do that, and it was funny as fuck. So yeah, that is what they fear most, the black guy with the gun. Okay, now over here to the Elon news. But Elon, maybe we should grease these goons. Maybe we should be happy sometimes. Maybe we should get Twitter to do what we need it to do, instead of always quiet quitting and banning us all the time. Yeah. This one is from Bloomberg. Musk loses the world's richest title to Arnault with Tesla unwinding. You know what? He's got to strengthen Twitter. He's got to strengthen Twitter. I want to say Twitter. I don't know fucking why. Oh shit. I think he is cleaning up Twitter, and he just may put it back on the public market and choose another CEO to run it. You know what'd be fucked up or downright just weird as fuck if they chose Elon Musk to do it. No, not Elon Musk, my bad. If they chose Alex Jones to run it or Kanye West to do it. That would be fucking crazy. Now back to the article. And it says Musk, 51, he's 51 years old, of course, I know, has seen his fortune tumble by more than 100 billion since January to 163.6 billion, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. That's less than 170.8 billion net worth of, or no, 73, he's an older man, whose wealth largely derives from his 48% ownership from the fashion giant LMVH. So he's been raking up the dough from the clothes. Now, do you see why all these rappers want to start clothing lines and shit? They're unapologetic capitalists. I used to diss them for that, but you know, now that I've gotten older, ain't nothing wrong with that. Can't knock they hustle. You know, they're trying to build generational wealth from within them. But here's the thing. Do not get your offspring to rule this shit. Let them live their lives. Do not put pressure or extra pressure on their shoulders to run your family business. Now, excuse me for sounding like I'm trying to tell you how to live your life. If you ever happen upon my irrelevant ass channel, rich folks, but this is the way that you're going to do it. Back to Musk's fall from atop the ratings. The first time that's happened since he was number 2 in September 2021. Caps a tumultuous year for the frenetic billionaire. They call him frenetic. Oh my gosh. He shocked the world in April with his offer to take Twitter for private for $44 billion with a B in a brazen display of how the wealthiest individuals could wield their massive fortunes. But his agreement coincided with the Federal Reserve. Oh shit. And other central banks embarking on their most aggressive round of monetary tightening in a generation, slashing the valuations of high-flying companies like Musk's Tesla Incorporated. No wonder I'm seeing a seesaw in the market between Tesla, Apple, and everywhere else. I watched this market too, man. The electric car maker stock is down more than 50% this year. Namely because he's pissing off the leftists, the holier than thous, the anointed that go out and buy these electric cars because they think that they're being a wonderful person. But no, you're just another piece of shit yuppie leftist. The story goes on to say that Musk tried for months to get out of the Twitter deal, but failed because he realized how fucked up it was. He was trying to pump and dump and troll those motherfuckers when he was doing it. But he got in there, and here it is. He offloaded more than $15 billion in Tesla shares, about $8.5 billion in April, then another $6.9 billion in August to raise enough cash to fund the purchase. Once he finalized the Twitter acquisition in October, the Bloomberg Wealth Index knocked $10 billion from his fortune, reflecting that shares of similar businesses have slumped since he made his bid. All right. Okay. What the fuck does this fool got on? What the? Wait a minute. What the fuck was this shit on? Hold up. Yeah. TFM was right. This motherfucker is an artist. All right. Now, Broderick Black is saying, is it okay for... Yo, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Share the stream to Twitter. It's okay. You know, I'm hearing that Twitter's gotten relaxed because this guy you see on the screen, my bad, those that are listening to on the playback, audio only. But this guy on my screen, Elon, has put on his gladiator suit and is rocking it on. You know what? If you really look at it, if you compare his risk into Twitter and Zuckerberg's, because that motherfucker looked like Commander Data from goddamn Star Trek Next Generation and shit. He is now strengthening. He's in the process of strengthening one company, but he is taking one hell of a hit in the markets for the Tesla car. Because look, you can slice it any way you want, especially when it comes to renewables. And dude, don't get me wrong, I'm for renewables. I'm for, renewable and green energy. But when you start to get drunk off the ideology of it, it makes you a very fucking horrible person to be around. I mean, even if you're MGTOW, I mean, I'm MGTOW, right? You MGTOW, right? You red pilled, right? Okay. You don't want to flaunt your philosophy on people or be a dick about it on people, even though it's correct, even though it's the right philosophy. You don't want to be a dick. At least allow, and yes, even some of these piece of shit, blue head, flabby cottage cheese in a fucking burlap sack looking body type of people, even when they are bringing that goofy shit in your face, still let them be free to what they believe. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to learn from your red pilling, man. They're not going to learn from your black pilling and giving them the truth. Now, you can plant a seed. You can tell them some red pill truths here and there, but don't get drunk off this stuff. And don't go all tribal with it. Now don't get me wrong. If MGTOW was a religion, oh, bro, I'd crack a Bible every day and get high off the stuff. But no, they're just guidelines in helping me to find meaning within my life. Anyway, back to Elon. Meanwhile, Twitter is poised to face annual interest costs that exceed a measure of its earnings for all of 2021. Musk's bankers are considering providing him with new margin loans backed by Tesla stock. Pretty smart, I think. Or is that a very, very dumb risk? To replace some of the highest interest debt he laid on Twitter, Bloomberg News reported. As Tesla's stock price slides, Musk's stake in Space Exploration Technologies Corp, aka SpaceX, has become an increasingly important part of his fortune. You see, that only means that the government has him by the balls still. Well, according to the story, it's worth $47 billion based on the June funding round that valued the private company out of about $125 billion. It's good that they're private, because that does keep them at a position of leverage to them and the government. SpaceX is offering to sell insider shares at a price that would raise the closely held company's valuation to about $140 billion, Bloomberg News reported this week, citing people familiar with the matter. The higher the value could lift his net worth, but it's not yet being used by Bloomberg's wealth index because it's unclear whether any shares have traded so far and the size of the transactions will be. So let me get this down here. And here's the Oh shit. So you mean to tell me that this guy on the screen, this blue-eyed, blonde-haired European motherfucker, owns Louis Vuitton? Bernard Arnault owns Louis Vuitton? What the fuck? Awesome. Bro, I see why Louis Vuitton gets out the way. Well, it's always been out there the way it's been out there for as long as I could remember anyway. But this is the guy that owns it. Back to the story. Arno, the richest person in the world. He is now the new richest person in the world, by the way. The guy that owns Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton. Hi, black people. You're the ones that contribute to this man more than anything. Let me bring this back for y'all to see that are looking at the video playback. Now, for you in the audio playback, the guy that I'm looking at is the one that owns those that are behind the makers of Moet, those that are behind the makers of Louis Vuitton, the guy that is the owner of Hennessy, these companies, fine wines, retail businesses, you know, and the pent up demand. He took advantage of that. And look at all the brands he owns. They cater to Christian Dior. Oh shit, I have that in my house. In a fragrance, Fendi bags, Bulgari, Tiffany and Company, Moet and Chandon. Oh, I can see why he surpassed Elon. I can see. Because even the most wasteful, even if you can't afford a space flight through SpaceX, yeah, you might be on Twitter, but you might still be banned. Shit. You can't even afford to buy a Tesla car. You know? It's just one thing that Elon's in charge of that everybody is on in his diversification of companies, his diversifications of income, and that's Twitter. I would like to know why he put it on private. You know, that would fascinate me in a ways. And on that, bro, you guys, yeah, protect your neck, you know, to use a phrase from Wu-Tang. Protect your neck and your assets, man. For real. You know, if you are into gold, stay into that. Nothing wrong with that, even though it is manipulated. Because if you notice out there in the market, the lower the dollar goes down, the higher gold goes up. But the higher that the dollar value goes up, the gold value goes down. I mean, talk to me. Is that peculiar? But that's what's going on. All right. Well, with more Elon news, Elon, maybe you shouldn't have had all those kids, Elon. That's a lot of kids, Elon. Maybe you shouldn't have did that, Elon. Maybe you shouldn't have got with her, Elon. Maybe you shouldn't have smashed her. You shouldn't have smashed Amber Turd, Elon. Elon? Oh, shit. But Elon. Oh, my God. I love it. More Elon news today, man. They're all, yeah, man. The Twitter files. I know y'all have heard of it.
No, steady, big fellow.
Now, here's one of the news clippings that I've picked up in my show prep, in my intelligence, and I put that in scare quotes, intelligence that I've gathered, right? Musk's second Twitter files claims secret backlists. Secret blacklists, excuse me. Musk's second Twitter files claims secret blacklists, and there will be a third one coming out if it hadn't been already at the time of this recording. And the article goes on to say, outside journalists working with Twitter owner Elon Musk posted a new batch of internal communications from the company Thursday night with what they said was evidence that the firm's employees build blacklists, prevent disfavored tweets from trending, and actively limit the visibility of entire accounts. That's the same shit that's happening here in YouTube. This is why I'm shadow banned, fellas. This is indeed why I'm shadow banned. This is why that's happening. This is why I haven't reached 1,000 yet. Yes, if you look at that, now I'm starting to show the subscriber count. Well, in fact, it wasn't even my choice. This was some shit Susie did. Ye olden times. Remember back in the ye olden times that we were able to hide our subscriber count? We can't no more. We can't no more. You do see that now. I'm right, nearing 120. Oh, yeah, and it's going to be a slow climb. But if I reach 1,000, oh boy, watch out. Back to the story. There is a new batch of internal communications from the company this past Thursday with what they said was evidence that the firm's employees build blacklists, prevent disfavored tweets from trending, and actively limiting the visibility of entire accounts. And here's why it matters. Musk has framed the Twitter files as an effort to show that his predecessors at Twitter engaged in censorship. Others, including experts in online platforms, say the documents just depict Twitter executives imperfectly but conscientiously, struggling to apply complex policies in difficult cases, which means that they marched in lockstep. They didn't do the case-by-case basis of evaluating these tweets that they're assessing anyway. Driving the news, the article goes on to say, in a series of tweets, newsletter author and former New York Times opinion columnist, Barry Weiss, I've heard of Barry Weiss, highlighted cases where Twitter has limited the distribution and recommendation of tweets. Weiss zeroed in on several specific accounts, including conservative activist Charlie Kirk, Stanford Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, if I pronounced it correctly, and Chaya Raichik, who operates the Libsoft TikTok account. Okay. Libs of TikTok. I'm sorry. It was just put together and slammed together. That's how I read it. So Libs of TikTok account. Libs of TikTok has aggressively attacked providers of gender-affirming care for transgender youth, including Boston Children's Hospital, which became the subject of a bomb threat. Oh, shit. Libs of TikTok was temporarily suspended and other actions taken through Twitter did not permanently ban the account, as some civil rights groups had called for. Because when I was looking at Libs of TikTok, let me get off on a side road on this. As I was looking at Libs of TikTok, when I was watching it, what I was able to see in Libs of TikTok was it was just showing you what was going on. There was no extra commentary or agenda put on it or no spin put on it. Like I'm doing right now in my In the Bucket. They just showed you how the clown world really operates, man. It's clown world day to day, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just clown with bodies just jumping up the cars day to day, man. This ain't no motherfucking game, man. All right? All right, back to this shit. Flashback. The previous Twitter Files installment by newsletter author Matt Taibbi focused on how Twitter handled a controversial decision 3 weeks before the 2020 presidential election to limit access on an article about the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop. Weiss says she and Taibbi have broad and expanding access to Twitter's files. This is purely opinion. Now, I don't have facts to back this up, but I think Weiss and Taibbi were in the inner circle of those in Twitter, the journalist circle of Twitter, and now they're the ones releasing this shit. And you guys have heard of the layoffs that happened at Washington Post. And it's kind of a damn shame where the same newspaper that prided itself on releasing the Pentagon Papers, exposing what went on with the Central Intelligence Agency and cables between those in power, most notably in the executive branch and the doings of the Rand Corporation, was exposed in that. That same fucking newspaper is now having to lay off wokies. Ain't that nothing? Democracy dies in darkness. Whatever. Back to the article, though. Yes, but. I wish I had one of those buds that Terrence Pop puts out. But anyway, back to this shit. The company also denied that it engaged in the practice of shadow banning users. Bullshit. And as many on the right have charged. Bullshit. That's the truth. These motherfuckers were, and yes, you're right, Slitch Malt Liquor. Tesla stock is overvalued right now because he was trying to boost it off of the strength of it being a renewable energy that's running it, even though it takes fossil fuels for the renewable energy that we use, which is the electric that powers their battery, for it to get around. So you was right on that. Let me get back into the article real quick. I know, man. I know. The intrigue. Musk says Twitter will double down on such tactics, suspending fewer users and taking down less content in favor of limiting the reach of some material. New Twitter policy is freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach, Musk said last month. Oh, shit. Right on. Say what you will about the fucker, but he was right. Adding, of negative and hate tweets, right? You won't find the tweet unless you specifically seek it out, which is no different from the rest of the internet. Following Weiss's reports on Thursday, Musk tweeted, Twitter is working on a software update that will show your true account status. So you know clearly if you've been shadow banned, the reason why, and how to appeal, which they need to fucking do here with all the alphabet stuff. You know, the one... Dude, I had to interrupt myself with that shit. The very fucking publisher platform that we're using right now. Others in the industry have also moved in that direction, particularly Google on YouTube, which has made limiting distribution and recommendation of borderline content a key part of its efforts to limit the spread of conspiracy theories and misinformation. What the fuck? We're not... Yo, if you're going to do that to us, do that to the extreme left of your side. All or nothing, Susie. And yeah, I know you don't like being called Susie. I'll stop doing that shit once you unshadow ban me. I know. You ain't listening to this channel. Irrelevant as fuck as it is. But I know one of your motherfucking monitors might be. The monitors are here, so please go grab the floor. Hey! Yeah, man. So there's that Elon news that, you know, he's gotten a hold of Twitter and he's good. I mean, yo, enough respect to the man that does it. You know, I don't know. You guys can agree with me or not. Unsubscribe to me if you hate me for it. And I'm going to say this right now, another hot take. Oh, shit. That what Elon's doing is a great thing. If only other billionaires would get a clue too. But here's the thing. This is the only guy that can afford to take that risk. At least he's not taking a Mark Zuckerberg risk and placing it into something called the Betaverse. Come on, you guys. The betaverse is real, you guys. Come on, join me on it, you guys. And that's basically what he's doing, losing 70 billion plus of what the fuck he built over the past, what, damn near 20 years now? So there that is. You know what would be awesome, though? That once Elon Musk is done running Twitter, that he gets a based and red-pilled motherfucker. Hopefully the guy, one of the guys that started Twitter, because I heard about the story. I watched a documentary on the origins of Twitter. It didn't just begin with Ken Dorsey and Evan Williams and that one guy that they caught in the Twitter files, but it started with a fella that came up with it. And he had a Twitter page, but he is no longer around. I forgot what the guy's name. If you guys are listening to it, you can post it in the comments, in the playbacks, or you can post it in the comments right now while you're hearing me live. But that guy, Noah was his last name, Mr. Noah. Not Trevor Noah, but this guy named Noah. It was his last name, Mr. Noah. He was the originator of Twitter. It would be some shit if Elon Musk found him and let him run Twitter. Let him run the whole fucking thing. Not only to show us all who the OG of Twitter was, but to also put a slap back in the face of Evan Williams, the guy that stabbed him in the back, and Ken Dorsey. That motherfucker stabbed the originator in the back too. You know how Ray Kroc stabbed the McDonald's brothers in the back to give us what we now know as McDonald's? Well, it's kind of like that, but instead you made the owners the actual McDonald's brothers. Right? But yeah, that would be some shit. So yeah, more Elon. Oh yeah, we're full of the Elon news today. All right. There's the great Satan. And I don't know if I even want to put that on, man. Oh, man. Okay, but I'm getting it from them. It's the mainstream media. Look, guys, I get it from them so you don't have to. We also got to see it from their side as well. Because if we don't see it from their side, what you get on my channel is a fucking echo chamber. And I don't want that for you fellas. Elon draws backlash. Applause for tweet calling for Fauci to be prosecuted. And the motherfucker should, by the way. Elon Musk elicited backlash. I said the title of the live stream. Backlash from liberal leaders and cheers from some conservative ones in response to a viral tweet this past Sunday that called for Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top expert on infectious disease, to be prosecuted. The polarizing tweet, which garnered more than 1 million likes, arrived about 6 weeks after Musk told advertisers that he sought to make Twitter a common digital town square, where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner. Musk, a longtime critic of COVID-19 lockdowns, who has voiced a series of conservative opinions since acquiring Twitter in October, tweeted, "My pronouns are prosecute and Fauci."
No, steady, big fellow.
Now, when I first heard that shit, I was kind of tickled, man. That was awesome, man. The message to Musk's 120 million followers appeared to attack Fauci while mocking members of the LGBT community and allies who sometimes state their pronouns to communicate their gender identity. Fauci, the chief medical advisor to President Joe Biden, is the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, or NIAID. I don't know what the fuck. He will step down from his current role later on this month if he hadn't did that shit already. The motherfucker should have stepped down 2 years ago, if you ask me. But somebody would have still grilled his ass on the gain of function research that he's been doing. But back to the article. Many Democratic officials and commentators condemned Musk's tweet defending Fauci and expressing support for LGBTQ people. Now, the article goes on to say, oh man, this is from Amy fucking Klobuchar. Oh my God.
No, it's very big fellow.
That bitch looked like she been in the monster business physically for her whole life. And it goes on to say, I'm a big fan of Dr. Fauci and how he's calmly guided our country through crisis, says Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. That's a Democrat, by the way. According vaccine deniers, as they call us, doesn't seem like a smart business strategy. But the issue is this. Could you just leave a good man alone in your seemingly endless quest for attention? Bitch, get the fuck out of... White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre called it disgusting and divorced from reality during Monday's White House briefing. Projection much? I'm saying this bitch projects more than a fucking home theater system in a man cave. God damn. These attacks, these personal attacks that we've been seeing are dangerous on Dr. Fauci and other public health officials as well. They're disgusting and they are divorced from reality, she says. Astronaut Scott Kelly, twin brother of Senator Mark Kelly, a senator of Arizona, a Democrat, by the way, tweeted to his 5.3 million followers, Elon, please don't mock and promote hate toward already marginalized and at risk of violence members of the LGBTQ plus community. No, motherfucker. In today's society, the only way that the alphabet soup mafia would be at risk to any type of violence is if they fucking provoke it.
No, it's very big fellow.
You better be lucky I don't have the statistics to back this up. But even if I did, they would be shadow banned. All right, fair enough. I'll go on. Scott Kelly goes on to say, furthermore, Dr. Fauci is a dedicated public servant. What the fuck? Whose sole motivation was saving lives, Kelly added. Ain't that a bitch? In the public health sphere, the article goes on to say, the tweet drew outrage and debate over whether to leave the platform rather than continue to endure threats and criticism for posts about COVID-19. I'm really struggling with whether I should remain here, given the CEO is hell-bent on turning this site into a disinformation machine for persecuting scientists and marginalized groups. There's value in pushback, but just using the platform creates value for the guy in charge, says Dr. Angela Rasmussen, a virologist who has had a large Twitter following throughout the pandemic, tweeted. Oh my fuck, Angela. Angela, if you happen to listen to this irrelevant ass channel of mine, listen to me. If you are within the sound of my voice, look, bitch, if you do some shit like that, if you silence other virologists that have a dissenting opinion with the evidence and facts, as well as logic that they have gathered and truths that they were able to gather from their research, and you end up censoring them, that should be a fucking crime, in my opinion. That's just me. Dr. Peter Hotez, is it pronounced Hotez or Hotez? That would be the shit if it was Hotez, because then everybody would make fun of him and call him Hotep. Hey, yo. Co-director of the Center for Vaccine Development at the Texas Children's Hospital tweeted in support of Fauci, but then said he was facing a horde of attacks for speaking out. For the record, Dr. Fauci has done nothing wrong except serve our nation. Oh my God, no, he's fucking caused a few people in our nation to die as a result. Yes, it was a 1% survival rate the world over, but it still killed some people before their time was due. Yeah. Real quick in the article. In the meantime, Mr. Musk should know that 20,000 Americans needlessly lost their lives from COVID due to this kind of anti-science rhetoric and disinformation. Elon, I'm asking you to take down this tweet, Hotez wrote. Motherfucker, whatever. Anyway, back to the article. Other public health organizations say that we'd leave Twitter if Musk didn't remove the tweet. Man, fuck out of here. You'll be back. Just like CBS did. CBS did that same shit, left for a little while. Be like, well, we're going to need them for the advertising since everybody's on it. Other public health organizations said they would leave Twitter if Musk didn't remove the tweet. Emory University School of Infectious Disease said Musk was antithetical to what we stand for, insulting science, infectious disease, and people with trans, non-binary identities who suffer from enough stigma. Fuck out of here. Y'all don't suffer from stigma. You are the fucking status quo, and everybody but you fucks don't get it. No, everybody but you fucks are only the ones that get it. Y'all are the only ones that don't get it, you woke mob motherfuckers. And then they go on to say they encouraged all infectious disease programs to strongly consider leaving this space permanently if this is not taken down. Man, what the fuck ever. And some, like Rutgers University School of Public Health, considered Musk's tweet the final straw. What the fuck? And this goes on to say, and this is from Rutgers. Hashtag Rutgers. By the way, this is the same university in which Don Imus had said that funny fucking soundbite about the nappy-headed hoes. I think they came from this university, if I'm not mistaken. Go and look it up. Google, yeah, duck it, whatever you do. Duck it, where in the bucket. Okay, it goes on to say, hashtag Rutgers SPH is leaving Twitter. As a school that espouses zero tolerance for harassment and discrimination, we made the decision to leave, says Rutgers University School of Public Health says. Now you actually see where the woke mobs are coming from. You see it now, don't you? Far left college dwellers that are spewing this bullshit under the guise of knowledge, appealing to authority. That's you fucks. That's what y'all do. And this article goes on to say, some far-right conservative leaders, by contrast, praised the message from Musk. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia, Republican, whom Musk reinstated on Twitter after a previous statement ban over the spread of COVID-19 misinformation, applauded the attack on Fauci. And Greene says, I affirm your pronouns, Elon. Greene, she did say. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a prominent anti-vaccine activist, and might I also add, a Democrat. That ran through his family too. His daddy voted that way. His uncle voted that way. His other uncle voted that way. Now, no, there's a curse going on in that family. I mean, because okay, maybe I'm going with far out there, but I'm going to go ahead and say hot take, that Robert F. Kennedy got affected with the Kennedy curse too. Because if you hear Kennedy speak, it sounds as though he's got Parkinson's. I think he does, or multiple sclerosis, one of the two. But no, the man's doing good work. The man is doing good work. And he seeks the science in this, the true science, the opposing science from what's been the status quo for the past 2 years. That's why I showed y'all in the beginning, Jill Biden and all these, and Fauci and all these fucks, as Sherman calls them, as True Sherm calls them, fuck boy Fauci. As my man Big John calls him, Dr. Evil. This fucker, these fuckers are trying to tell you to get your vaccine for the holidays, when it was only a mutation, a gene therapy thing spin on the latest flu. And that's bullshit, people. So that's good on Elon that he's going after those fucks. Good on him. Oh, shit, man. All right. Okay. Hidden's in this motherfucker, what it is. Whoa. My bad. I will accept corrections. It's not a 1% survival rate, because I did say that earlier. It's a 99% survival rate if you got that damn virus. It's a 1% kill rate, the opposite if you got that virus. Thank you, Hidden. Let them leave. Stop the lies. And again, I come back to this. I fucking wish that some Elon Musk type would take over Alphabet. It was better that we were going back and forth in a discourse. Not one side saying this and that they're the correct science and the end all be all holier than thou gospel truth. No. Fuck that. And some more Elon news. Elon. I know you're tired of the Elon. Elon. Sorry, I love you, but give me Fifth Avenue, Elon. Nah, man. I don't know, man. Sometimes I go from Urkel to motherfucking Jar Jar Binks in less than 60 seconds when I do that. But Elon voice and shit. More Elon news. We're not done. This one's coming from the Washington Examiner. Elon Musk hits back at Obama's CIA director, John Brennan. I knew you was a woke piece of shit, John. Self-proclaimed chief twit, as the article states, Elon Musk he snapped back at former CIA director John Brennan this past Monday, bashing him, as they say it, for throwing stones in a glass house after the latter rebuked him for urging the prosecution of Dr. Anthony Fauci. And he's saying that John Brennan is in a glass house and he dare not throw stones. Guess what organization he came from? And of course, you know what the tweet was. It was my pronouns or prosecuting Fauci, which drew blowback. Oh, shit. We got a CIA term here. Which drew blowback from Brennan, who juxtaposed Fauci as a national hero. Oh, my. That's a national hero? Yeah, if you're for fucking depopulation. Anyway. And he also goes on to call Musk a promulgator of public hate and divisions. This fucker goes on to say, good people in democracies need a more effective way to prevent attention craving, emotionally immature and highly devious individuals, especially those of means, from being socially, culturally, and politically destructive. We certainly seem to have far too many of them lately, Brennan tweeted. Motherfucker. No, bruh. You ain't got no right to be saying that, Bren. You've been in the very fucking organization that was dedicated to nation building and economic hitmen and terrorism, might I fucking add. Yeah, Frank Church exposed that shit back in 74, 76, mid 70s. You know when it happened. And Philip A.G. did that too. Remember that shit, John? And that's why I must say that you're in a fucking glass house. Because guess what, motherfucker? That's where you were. If you ever make it to my irrelevant ass channel, because I know, I mean, you still got some resources, even though you retired from the farm, as y'all call it, from the organization, you still got intelligence on us. See, I don't know why people seen that it was something wrong with them finding documents at the Mar-a-Lago compound where Trump was. Because fuck, Obama held some motherfucking intelligence files from his office. Hillary held some motherfucking files. She still got some files in her motherfucking office. I'm willing to bet you. Now, I don't have facts to back this up. Schlitz malt liquor, thank you. You took the words right out my motherfucking face. There is no such thing as former CIA. Because once an agent, always an agent, motherfucker. And I'm going to tell you why. This thing happened with, fuck, I forgot his name. His name slips me, man. Shit. He participated in OSS, its precursor and all of that shit. And then later on, he, got into the CIA proper. Not AG, not the guy, not Richard Helms, but damn, his name fucking escapes me. He might have had something to do with that that doctor being pushed out the fucking window when LSD, not Dulles. You're close, but no cigar. Fuck, what was that guy's name? He was in the CIA, right? Of course, right? Damn. Fuck, that name fucking slips my mind because I was learning about him because I was reading this book by Annie Jacobson, and it was how the agency came to be and a little later into what they did. And yes, it had its usual fuck ups, the situation in Guatemala and in Korea all on the way out and shit like that, and how it began, how it started, its origins and all that shit. Yes, Dulles had something to do with it. Yeah, he was a part of the OSS, the precursor, but there was that little sweet spot. Yeah, they were bringing in some people, not Ernest King, not Arthur Radford, but any fucking way. Back to where Brennan was on. Brennan, you still got intelligence and all of that bullshit on you, man. All right? You still got it around. It's just the very classified files you can't bring home anymore, because if you got that at home, that's your fucking ass. And they still polygraph your ass after you leave. I don't have the facts to back this up, but I bet you they do that. All right. Now for the story of the motherfucking week, and I know you've all seen it. I'm late to the party. Everybody's talked about it. But my black ass haven't. Fuck. My black and red ass haven't. That Cambridge Dictionary changes definition of a woman. So we don't have to be biologists to know what a woman is these days? That's what the fuck Kataji Brown, Jackson Brown, or Brown Jackson. I don't know. The bitch is running on empty in the brain anyway, but that's what she was on. I'm not a biologist, she says, when she her fucking self is a woman. Fuck out of here. And those that, aren't able to listen, aren't able to see the visuals that I'm putting up for you, those that are, I think about you podcast listeners. I think about y'all, you know. I'm not like that. But what I'm looking at is Queen Turf herself, author of the Harry Potter saga, J.K. Rowling, also a known supporter of Salman Rushdie, writer of the Satanic Verses, the guy that all of Islam is watching for. That's her best friend, J.K. Rowling, anyway. And I did a show. It's Knowing When to Leave. It's where that bucket is. Oh man, J.K. motherfucking Rowling, what she's up to anyway. But I'll go on in this shit. The Cambridge Dictionary has been criticized for updating its definition of woman to include anyone who identifies as female, regardless of their sex at birth. Are you okay with that? Because that little body tap, that little body check that I seen, my man TFM called it the Mutant Hockey League. What the fuck? Damn, I heard of them. I sure as fuck heard of the Mutant Hockey League, but I never really gotten into that. Wasn't they on Sega? Anyway. But yeah, that hockey film, that little hockey video where it was transgender versus transgender, whether it was transgender man versus transgender woman, which was a spin on the battle of the sexes today. And then when it started, one of the transgender man got body checked by a transgender female. It didn't even look like that was even a hard hit, But I bet you if you were, right there with them watching this and on the ice with them, you probably would have seen the impact. But that didn't even look like it. Looks like a love tap anyway. You say how often they body check motherfuckers in the NHL? I mean, some of us don't watch it anymore. I mean, oh man, let me admit, I haven't watched hockey since the New Jersey Devils won the Stanley Cup. And let me take that back. No, since the Colorado Avalanche won back in the 90s when Waugh, the goalie, I think it was, took them to a championship. But anyway, back to this definition. The online dictionary created an extra definition for the word, which includes transgender people, as well as an adult female human being. No, this is a woman. Okay? Now, regardless of what conservatives think a real woman is, regardless of what you liberals and you alphabet soup mafia, far leftist, crybaby, woke mafia bitches say, a woman is an adult human female. Now, dare I add, one that respects herself. I got to add that. Because, yeah, there are adult human females out there, but they don't. They look too forward out there for their attention. It's a drug to them. They're chasing the dragon. Whether it's Tinder or fucking Twitter, TikTok, you guys see it. You know what's really fucked up? And I tell women this too. When that very device you hold in your hand is going to lead to your destruction. It does, because it busts out all their tricks. Even if we had no commentary to your videos, we see the fucked up way you are. The feminist opinions that you espouse, the altogether toxic behavior that you display, the shit that, and these types of bitches, they think they slick too. The ones that think that they one of the guys, nah, but guys, we frown upon that nowadays, because that only tells us is that you're the bitch in the train. And no, it's not a threesome, bitch. It's a train. Okay? You the Amtrak. Come on, ride that train. Ooh, ride it. Wah, wah. But I still see a woman as an adult human being, absent of a Y chromosome. And no, Riley Dennis, it does not make me a motherfucking racist or sexist or transphobe if I choose not to date you. If we straight men choose not to date you. Even other transgenders got on your ass about it. Kind of funny how you band ABBA and preach about it. Now, I'm not too big a fan of them, but they were right on that one. When you're right, you're right. They was on point about that shit. Kind of funny how TikTok bans them, but they let the transgender person say the same damn thing. That's kind of like the N-word. All right? We can't let white folks say it. You know? And all of that shit. Let me get that off. We can't let white folks say it. Especially if they're referring to themselves. You know, the incident with between Ice Cube and Bill Maher comes to mind. I did a video on that. You know, Bill Maher referred to himself as a house nigga, but Cube, a fella who's made his money off that exact word, he's trying to keep Maher from using, word policing him from using. And I think that's bullshit too. You opened up the floodgates to it. Look at your unintended consequences. Come on, Cube. Like you say, check yourself, Cube. Actually, that was from, you know, the movie Juice. And it was Tupac talking to DJ GQ. But, you know, it was kind of, no, it was on Check Yourself. But anyway, no, you can't get on those folks because they refer to themselves as niggas or they say the shit in it. Let's just say, oh, and this was kind of crazy too, because I was in a bar one time and the Biggie Smalls song Juicy came on, and I was and it was all sorts of white folks. I'm the only black guy there. I'm in the Dakotas. Come on. As Kendall Rican puts it, I'm the only black man in South Dakota, y'all. When the part comes on, if you don't know, now you know, nigga. They censor themselves because they know what's up. I say don't. Either that, if they got to censor themselves, maybe I should. Or power word F for the alphabet soup mafia community. We can't say the word power, you know, the power word F anymore. Bundle of sticks anymore. I mean, not, you know, exactly and literally bundle of sticks, but you know where I'm getting at. And speaking of bundle of sticks, oh fuck. Let's get on to the situation or to this thing about the Brittany Griner situation. It centered on what Victor Bout reportedly said to Brittany Griner the moment they were exchanging a prisoner swap. Now, forgive me if I mispronunciate the word wrong. Let me get off into the comments too at the same time. No, nah, hidden. It wasn't Wild Bill Donovan. It was Casey. There it is. Casey. It was Casey. Even after he retired. Even after Casey retired, the shit followed him. You know, once in the life, you can never get out. Now, Wild Bill Donovan, yeah, he was seen as a really crazy motherfucker. You know, kind of like you know, the prototype to the swingers, to the hedonistic hippies in a way, because he was among the first to take acid Wild Bill Donovan acid for as self discovery, and I'm for that. And if I'm wrong, look it up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking William Casey, and how he left the earth, brain tumor and whatnot. There's some shit that came up on him. No, wait a minute. Am I right? Was it Casey or was it Colby? Wait a minute. Was it Casey or Colby? Not William Casey. Yeah, okay then. Let me take that back. I stand corrected, fellas. Oh my shit.
No steady, big fellow.
My bad, fellas. If hey, I fess up when I mess up, all right? William Colby was the guy. William Colby. And he had a mysterious passing in 1996. He was the CIA director during the time of Watergate. Yes, and he served with OSS. So yeah, it was not Donovan, not Wild Bill Donovan. It was Colby. It was Colby. Ayatollah Khomeini once Rushdie's ass, and yes, as it was proven, like on my show, a pass bucket. It was called the knowing when to leave. And in the beginning of it, you know how I have my intros and in the music in there. What I was showing you was the most latest assassination attempt on Salman Rushdie's life, because he got stabbed to damn near death in New York for something he wrote back in the fucking 80s. And you're correct. Raw never played for the New Jersey Devils, and that was back in 93 and 94. Raw played for Colorado. That was the last time I watched hockey. You're correct. In New Jersey, it was Brodeur. Yeah, I remember that guy. Right on. Now back to this Victor Bout, Brittany Griner story. All right. Victor Bout revealed details about his encounter with Griner during their prisoner swap. Bout said that he wished her luck and felt that she was positively inclined towards him. Because Bout is a convicted arms dealer. I want to see the movie in which Nicolas Cage played him. I haven't seen that one yet. I would like to watch that. He was the arms dealer that got swapped for Griner. All right. And Victor Bout, the convicted arms dealer, he was swapped for her, of course. On an airport in Abu Dhabi, he said he wished her luck. I wish her luck. Even sort of reached out her hand to me, which happened here. Bout told the Russian state broadcaster RT in his first interview on Saturday, according to Reuters. Again, it's our tradition. You should wish everyone good fortune and happiness. Nothing wrong with that, he said, adding he believed Griner was positively inclined towards him. A video published this week showed the moment in which the pair were swapped on the tarmac. Bout and Griner can be seen walking toward each other, each accompanied by people. Groups stopped to speak briefly, and some of the people accompanying Griner, shake hands with Bout before they go their separate ways. All right. And that happened. For his interview on Saturday, Bout sat down with Maria Butina, who was previously in prison in the U.S. for 14 months for acting as unregistered Russian agent, and is now a lawmaker and TV presenter. They also spoke about the war in Ukraine, which Bout said he supported and wished that Moscow had been able to do sooner. And he goes on to say, if I had the chance and required skills, I'd join up as a volunteer. And he would have done it. He would have been the guy supplying more weapons, but he probably would have done it for both sides. I don't know. He also revealed that he had a portrait of Putin in his prison cell. Yes, always. Why not? I'm proud that I'm Russian and that our president is Putin, he said, according to CNN. Bout was a prominent international arms dealer arrested in 2008 in a sting operation. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison in 2011 and has served less than half of that sentence when he was swapped with Griner. Griner is yet to release a public statement, and she has already about it. All right. And then after that going on, see, what should have happened real quick? What should have happened is this shit, man. And I'll put this up as well. The swap was going to happen regardless, but it should have happened with this man that I show you on the screen. Again, my bad to those that are replaying this. Paul Whelan. He's still in Russia, I think. He was supposed to have been the guy that was swapped. But then this Brittany Griner shit got in the mix. And I don't know, man. Maybe Putin is playing 4D chess with Biden's ass. I mean, shit, you could play checkers with Biden's ass and you would still win. Even his handlers are fucking stupid. All right, Hidden, what you say? Riley grows his hair out and calls himself a lesbian. It's called playing pink for pussy. Or we used to call it metrosexual. I could be wrong. Hidden then goes on to say, no one sells the N-word harder than Cube and Sam Jacks, the other Blue Lion. That motherfucker said he owed me some motherfucking money. No, I was kidding. Oh, man. And then they got this other shit. Colorado's legalizing shrooms. Y'all heard of that. There's that World Cup that happened in Qatar, and Ilhan Omar is defending the slavery thing while trashing America, of course. She decided the World Cup was the perfect opportunity to return to her favorite habit. In the process, she decided to defend Qatar's use of slave labor. Omar, along with Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, attended the latest World Cup in Qatar and spoke about the balance between human rights concerns and enjoying one of the greatest sports spectacles in the world. Murphy focused on comments on foreign policy, noting that Qatar is an imperfect partner, but that in many ways, he goes on to say, they are our best partner in the region. I will say, for now, because you've seen the shaky alliance that we have with Saudi Arabia. You see the shaky alliance that we have with Pakistan. And they're two, okay, let's just say we got in the Arab world, we got in the Islamic world, we got Saudi Arabia on one side. And then on the other side, we got Pakistan. All right. And we gotten fucking roped in a fucking Middle East tinderbox, or we made it a tinderbox by waging these wars for 20 plus years. And you got to watch out when you are if you're a country that's an ally of this country, because they'll drop your ass like a bad habit. You see that America's now starting to pitch a bitch, all because, India is joining what is called the BRICS nations. And Russia left the G something summits, And America and Europe, Western civilization, they're doubling down on this World Economic Forum and this ESG thing, Now, if you're to be an empath, and okay, put yourself in their shoes, because for the longest time, the Ralph Nader types and all of them, the early Elizabeth Warren, the early Ralph Nader types, were all for corporate responsibility, as it were. If Ralph Nader didn't run his fucking mouth, we would have no seatbelts in cars, man. Now, there you go. This is what they were going with ESG. Well, that's what they're telling these leftists are. But no, man, you're not fooling us. We took the truth pill. And now that we've taken it and we've gotten the philosophy and all its true forms and all, no, we're not going for that shit. All right, back to this, man. So she said, and this was at the time they had interviewed her during the World Cup. We're slated to host the World Cup next with Mexico and Canada. I wonder what kinds of conversations will be had. How many people will object to that happening with the history of indigenous people, enslavement, of police brutality? That's right, because America has had slavery 156 years ago, has had a history with Native Americans, and has been wrestling with a fabricated narrative about police brutality. People need to stop complaining that Qatar used slave labor, resulting in the deaths of more than 6,500 migrant workers to build massive soccer stadiums after bribing FIFA officials to give them the World Cup. And now they're, banning about the alphabet soup mafia thing. And yet these fucking these news outlets, they have the fucking nerve. They have the fucking nerve to say that Chappelle and Ricky Gervais are punching down. Talking about, what about the need to punch up? So according to this bitch ass article, this says there's something missing from the current debate about who can say what in comedy. No shit, there is a current debate. Comedians are in a fierce dispute about the appropriateness of punching down in humor. Punching down, as it's called when making jokes about people with less power than the comedian, keeps coming up as high-profile comedians aim their humor at trans people and other marginalized groups, often at their expense. Wait a minute, motherfucker. Yeah, they're a minority. No, technically, they're a minority. But to me, they are people who had it really fucked up in life. Hey, let's keep it real. They might have legitimately had PTSD because they're that fucking weak. Hey, call it what you will, call it phobe, whatever. But damn, that doesn't mean for you to pull out the dick saw and get yourself a fucking frankenpussy. I see when Gervais and Chappelle go hard. That's First Amendment. Chappelle's a part of a minority class. And they were missing the fucking point when they were talking to, and as you all know, I ain't got to tell y'all this, but for those that don't know, in his comedy special, which was more polemic, more speech than comedy, but in spots, he does know how to make you laugh. He's kind of a watered down, red pilled version. That's okay. I'd like to see, points of view from other sides. I'm okay with listening to those that agree with half of what I say. You got to wonder about the people that agree with none of what you say and those that agree with all of what you say. Because one, there's the echo chamber with those that agree with all of what you say. And then there's the, straight out and out about diametrically opposed, out to get you axe grinding motherfuckers. That would be those that don't agree with you at all. At all. They're not punching down. Because here's the thing, mainstream media is, as we have all known, it is fucking obvious that they're putting it out there for us all to see, homogenizing it, status quoing it, and all of this shit. All right? Now, in some science news, because I got a lightning round this motherfucker, all right? And then I'll be getting you off to my show, the good show, if you know what I mean. Colorado is using the science. I left that place. I used to live there without doxing myself. I was there and voted for the legislation of cannabis. And now they voted for shrooms. And there's research out there for years of research. Look beyond the Timothy Leary version of it. If you get into that, you get into the psychedelic hippies and all of that shit. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of that shit is kind of creative. It's kind of appealing to the eye after a while, but then again, it does get old, and you come to realize that these are hedonistic motherfuckers that were I, me, my boomers, as it were. The me society and not the we society. You know what it is. But Colorado, holy shit. Not only did they legalize shrooms, but they're expanding it to ibogaine. And I've read about ibogaine, researched about it even. If they were to come up with clinics, anti-addiction clinics, ibogaine, from what I've been able to gather and what I've been able to see over the years, yes, over the years, and the research I've been able to do, even before I was in college, ibogaine is a substance from the ibuga plant, mostly in Africa. It is a synthesized compound out of that drug in which, yeah, you trip balls, but it was used in the plant form by tribes, on vision quests, like mescaline was, peyote, and ayahuasca tea, But it decriminalizes the possession of it for those that are 21 and older. And nothing wrong with that. There's potential in ibogaine, most certainly. And this is starting in 4 fucking years. Good on Colorado, but then again, y'all cost of living is getting like California. Way the fuck up. Now let me get on over here. What's happening with your Shinobi and Hemi for speed? What it is? We're still in the bucket. Do-do-do. Lightning round. Do-do-do. I gotta do the shit. Do-do-do. Spinning sidekick. Do-do-do. It's time to soap in the bucket. Party time. Excellent. All right, brothers. Y'all fellowship amongst yourselves while I drop this news on you. The new FTX CEO says that there's lax oversight, bad decisions, which cause failure. Sam Bankman-Fried, or SBF, the founder and former CEO of the failed cryptocurrency exchange FTX, helped 1,500 Bahamian investors remove $100 million from their accounts while other customers around the world were locked out of the exchange, according to the company's new CEO, who testified before a House committee Tuesday. Shit. They got his ass. FTX CEO John Ray III, who has guided dozens of companies, he's the Enron man, through bankruptcy restructuring, called FTX's collapse one of the worst business failures he has seen. And he has been through the Enron one. So you can only imagine the proportions of this fucking failure. But you know what? I still think that they're going to slap Jufro's hands. Yes, I said Jufro. Fuck that. Okay? I mean, shit. You motherfucking Hebrews, y'all can get your dick saws and become minorities. And you get to say whatever the fuck you want about us. Whatever. It's all good. I mean, shit. You can say whatever the fuck you want about us. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, I even think this one part right here is funny as fuck.
I'm an Alabama nigger and I want to be free. Hell with the NAACP.
I see some of y'all left from that one, huh? It's funny. You know what I'm saying? Whereas when I was younger, at first it would scare me. It scared me. Then, as I got older, it angered me. And I wanted to punch a Nazi, as it were. But then as I got a little older and I took the racial red pill, as it were, the cultural red pill, as it were, I understand that shit. You know, some white guys, they get in prison and they do that Aryan Brotherhood shit to get protection in prison. But when they come out, they're for interracial relationships. Yeah, I know one. I knew one. And we also shared an interest in shortwave radio and ham radio hobby, you know? And he was an Aryan Brotherhood guy. But, you know, being that I'm in the skin I'm in, I'm under no illusion that he'll turn on me in a minute if we were put in the same situation if we were in prison. But I do understand that you know, that tribalism and that culturalism, that the cultural part of it, for lack of better fucking words, they do that, you know, out of the need to gather with someone of a tribe. But me, I got that too. I got that with amongst other black men. But I do know too that not all skin folk are kinfolk, brother. Some of you motherfuckers with crabs in the barrel sell me out quicker than a pig in a blue suit type motherfuckers, right? And some of you white boys will sell me out too in this situation that I just described earlier. But I can name the same damn groups, even some, you know, transgendered folks. Because in the war zone, in the combat zone, yes, I am former military, by the way. In a combat zone, that shit doesn't matter. They know we're Americans. They know they're against us. Now, are we seeing that shit in Ukraine? Maybe, maybe not, because you know, I think either the you know, the tier 1, maybe I don't know, special forces or SEAL Team 6 or whoever the fuck, advisors, I'm going to put in scare quotes, advisors are out there training the Ukrainian side. And there are mercenaries like those that were informally known as Blackwater that are joining in on this shit. You know? See, this is a proxy war for the larger World War III, as it were. And that's what that is. But I do not know how I got on a fucking tangent from Sam Bankman-Fried and his ugly goblin bitch of a girlfriend. Bruh, I go back to, dude, you got $1 billion, but you give the company to a, I don't know, man, just goblin chick. Like, oh my God, you could have chose better. Hell, well, you know, you live and you learn. Shit, I'm in my 40s, God damn it. I ain't ashamed to tell you what my age is, you know, without doxing my fucking self anyway. I've had a few booger bears in my past, God damn it. Because I used to think that beauty was all within. Nah, motherfucker, it's just skin deep. And it's in our nature to look at their neoteny as kind of a sign of fertility, if you look at it. The neoteny at first, you know, so that they don't look like old bitches that hit the wall. This is why they got the makeup in the eyes and all that shit. And then after that, their fertility, which they got firm, perky titties and all that good shit, you know. A butt that ain't all flabby, wabby and shit, you know. And there that is. All right. Slishmark Liquor say, you hope SBF does not Epstein himself. You know what? I think he might. Because the same district court that handled the Epstein case is handling this. Oh my God. Yeah, yes, my friends. We are all looking at, it's kind of like that one time when it was announced that Tupac died and got killed. But I would like to think that Suge Knight was. Some of y'all are trying to make him Elvis. I'm not that dude. He's not hiding out in no fucking Argentina. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, we're looking at Sam Bankman-Fried like we were looking at Biggie Smalls after Pac got killed. And we all looked at Biggie Smalls and we're like, yep, that nigga next. So in what we were talking about with Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF as it were, he might do the Epstein boogie oogie oogie. You know what I'm saying? Because Sister Maxine, as I like to call that windbag from fucking California, as Maxine Waters puts it, Maxine Waters was on his dick. If you could watch some of the, I mean, I wish I had the video here, but no time. I got to do a show. I got to get this going on. Keep it rocking. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the show. But we seen that Maxine Waters was all in cahoots with him, giving him hugs, all affection, and all of this lovey-dovey shit. Probably even wanted to fuck the Jew boy. And then you seen how quick she turned on his ass when he was getting caught, and it all came out, and then the motherfucker got arrested. Let's just hope he doesn't do it. Let's just hope he doesn't Epstein himself, bro. Oh, yeah. He's done. He has too much to say. Only speculating, of course. Speculating, and we do this shit with scare quotes, right? Because he does as he was trying to do as all CEOs do. All right, and that's when their companies go down, and that's he tries to insulate himself from the bullshit. Okay, now I got a fucking squirrel bladder, guys. If you leave my fucking stream, you are gay. You're an FAG. You're a bundle of sticks. You ain't shit. And your mama's a Frisco dyke. Nah, I'm just kidding. But if you leave my channel, I'm gonna play a little, a little special. Some of y'all didn't catch the Christmas special that I'm gonna be releasing here next week for the Christmas season, and it's with me and my brother Softy. So y'all give it up for the meaning of the true meaning of Christmas. Let's go. Psyche, what's the meaning of Christmas, Psyche? Well, my blue pill brother, it's really complicated, But is it about Santa and Frosty and Rudolph and... No, bro. It's centered on Jesus Christ, a key figure in the Christian religion. Yes, that's right, Psyche. I remember Grandpa telling us about it. It was about Jesus being born as a baby and the three wise men give him gifts and stuff. Is that why Santa gives us presents, Psyche? No, Softy. Look, Santa came way later, but it's way more complicated than that. You know how we got the 4 seasons every year? Yes! Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Yes. All right. Well, this is where it comes from, in the order that you mentioned, Softy. In the wintertime, the days are the shortest of the year, right? December 21st, or sometimes December 22nd, that's the beginning of winter. Not only is it the reason why you're cold, but it also marks the sun's slow descent to the south before it rises again to mark the sun at summertime when the sun moves northward. Are you starting to notice it getting dark really
Yeah,
early?
but what does it have to do with Christmas, Psyche?
Well, December 25th, that marks the time in which the sun begins an ascendant path back up. You know? Now, Jesus Christ is God's son, all right? Grandpa told us. Now, Virgin Mary gives birth to him on the day of December 25th. Well, according to somebody out there, whatever, but it's deeper than that. The sun was worshipped long before that guy JC. So this date was held in the collective human consciousness for a very long time. Longer than 5,000 years ago, might I add. Now, back then, the Egyptian god Horus was born on December 25th. The Virgin Isis. Remember when you was talking to me about the 3 wise men that was giving Jesus presents?
Yeah?
All right. Well, they was kings and shit, Softy. Okay, check it. The 3 kings gave Horus gifts too. Now, that's not the point. When you look up at the sky on December nights around the 21st to the 25th, there are constellations, and one of those is within Orion's belt. Yeah, Orion's belt. Now, there are 3 stars, or as they called it, the 3 kings. Once those 3 stars are aligned with Sirius, you know, the star in the east that Gramps was talking about in the birth of Jesus, you know, that star. Well, that's it. They all point to the place of the sunrise on December 25th. The birth of God's S-U-N, son, not S-O-N.
Psyche, I don't know. Have you become one of those wacky conspiracy guys, Psyche?
Well, damn, bruh. I mean, you wanted to know the meaning of Christmas, right? Shit, all of a sudden now you are no longer a naive blue-pilled simp, but you are now starting to think critically?
No,
What? I told you it was
no.
complicated.
I like Santa Claus stories better, Psyche.
Oh, man. Well, from all of us at Psyche Soap, I want to wish you all happy holidays, or a Merry Christmas, or winter solstice, or whatever you celebrate. Anyway, peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Peace. Oh, now wasn't that cute? Kind of reminds you of a Charlie Brown Christmas where Linus and Charlie Brown are having a conversation about how Christmas came to be. And it came out back in 1965. So, you know, what Linus was trying to tell Charlie Brown, you know, and stuff about Christmas was, you know, from the Christian's perspective, because it did come from that. But in this, I go farther back, you know, call me the conspiracy guy. Oh my God. But I talk about an very earlier story, like more than 5,000 years ago, back in the ages, man, of Egypt, when Egypt was the key empire, you know, and not Western civilization as it is now. And when Egypt was the key empire, as I said, in that, you know, that Horus had a story similar to Jesus's story. And others like Lord Krishna. Well, I didn't say it in there, but Krishna did that, had a story similar to that. Jesus's prototype Joseph had a story similar to that. Moses kind of had a story like that, you know, but it was a little different. You know, he's put in a basket, floated down, you know, somebody came, got him, adopted him, put him in royalty and shit like that. But anyway, I talk about it in that, and I will be releasing that one with me and my brother Softy Soap on here. It's kind of family friendly. I do say they was Kangs and shit because I talk about the 3 stars on Orion's belt that, and this was said before. I'm not the first one to say this. It's only it is only a description of how it was in the back in the day when they would back in the olden times when they would worship the sun. And Horus was the one that was up. This is where we get hours from, Set, where we would get sunset from. Set was the brother. He was the guy in night. Hell, you even seen this shit in My Little Pony. Don't get me fucked up for a brony though. Now, guys, I have a daughter. She's a teenage daughter now, but back in the day, in ye olden times when she was little, I would watch Friendship is Magic, My Little Pony with her. That didn't make me a brony. It's just that this was a pastime me and my daughter would share together. I bring her into my world and I would show her what baseball and sports and shit looks like. But in her world, we got to watch Monster High and we got to watch Disney Fairies and we got to watch My Little Pony. Okay, I had a daughter, my bad. Fucking crucify me. Oh shit, I could see the clips now. Psyche Soap. No, you're lying, Psycho Soap, motherfucker. You Psycho Soap, whatever your fucking name is. No, you was a brownie, nigga. You was a brownie. I could hear it all now. Let me just preemptively strike your ass like Bush did, okay? All right? And I'm not pulling out of this one, god damn it. All right. Too much weather siren. God damn, even that gets on my nerves after a while.
No, steady, big fellow. Wow.
I got to bring the monster business on to this. But yeah, man. Real shit, guys. Even in that, there was the Princess Celestia and the Princess Luna myth that was going on in there. The sunrise, the sunset. Even in that fucking cartoon, that myth was played out. And even back in African mythology, as we now call it, when we used to worship the sun, all our ancestors from Africa, and in Egypt, Horus and their Set. Ra started it all. That was the equivalent to the head honcho. All right. And ISIS, not the fucking terrorist group. Oh man. Watch them fucking word police me. But yeah, man. Horus would have his battle with Set, and the sun would be up. Set had his battle with Horus, and the sun would be down. And this goes on day in, day out, 24 hours a day. But 365 days a year, 12 months is what I was talking about in that. And in that, in about, let me see here, in about 5 days, the sun is going to be at its lowest point, and you'll be living through the longest night of your life. Literally, like in the summertime. Yeah, thank you, Shinobi. Word up. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, you would be looking at this shit every day. It's going on right now as we speak. The sun is going down to its lowest point in the south. Right now, you guys in Australia are experiencing your summer. And I think you guys have a Christmas in July or June or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe that's where it's come from. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Please correct me, Shinobi. You know what it is. Me and that damn siren. I need to chill. I feel you guys. I understand where you're coming from. But anyway, that's what I was talking about in that short little skit. And I'll be releasing that next week for you all to see. It's like a Christmas special. It's me talking to my brother, Softy Soap. He's the blue pill. He's got the blue mask. He's the blue pill guy, my brother. And I'm the one with the red pilled mask. And I let him know what the meaning of Christmas is. But he chooses the ignorance is bliss route. Nothing wrong with that. But then again, what you don't know can kill you. So do keep your head on the swivel once you've taken that red pill and don't get bogged down in what is called red pilled rage. And let me get into this story here. 2 quick stories, and then we'll be out of here, and I'll just turn you loose. Turn you loose to the most controversial series on my alt channels, my new text. It is called Things That Make You Go Damn! By Psyche Soap. All right, so into this story about our current Department of Energy Secretary. All right, so the U.S. says nuclear fusion. It's a little different. Fusion's different. Breakthrough will go down in the history books. The U.S. Department of Energy announced Tuesday in a monumental milestone in nuclear fusion research, a net energy gain was achieved for the first time in history by scientists from the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California. Simply put, this is one of the most impressive scientific feats of the 21st century, says, oh man, that bitch Jennifer Granholm.
No steady, big fellow.
Y'all forgive me. I actually have personal history with this bitch. She can't bowl worth the fuck. She can't drink either. Can't hold her liquor. By the way, guys, I met her in Denver, 2008. Real quick side tangent. Yeah, I met her ass in Denver, 2008. That's when I was blue pilling it and all that shit. Yeah, I was kicking it with the, the who's who of the woke community at the time, This was before I saw the light, Before I found the meaning of life within the red pill, before I found MGTOW. It's kind of funny because it kind of sounds like before I found Jesus. Don't get it twisted. This is not a cult. This is not a religion. It's just me deciding to do what I want to do and not letting any of you motherfucks run me. And this goes for you fellas that are out here. Much love to you all that have stayed true and held the line for the philosophy. Brothers, peace on earth, goodwill to men. I think the phrase, the song comes up, but they played it a hell of a lot in World War I because in that war, and it was a war for empires and resources. But anyway, let me get off this tangent real quick and then get you into the story. Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. It reminds me of a cartoon that I had watched. And it was nice, man. It was kind of cool. It was a Christmas special, if you will, one of the earliest ones. And both sides of the war were, decided to quit the bullshit. They were in the trenches, both singing the same Christmas carol. Men, they knew what they were there for. They were fighting for the prominence and empire of their fucking bosses that were pieces of shit that treated these good men as pieces of shit, as pawns on a board or movements on a map. And long story short, it was peace on earth, goodwill to men. And they sung the same characters together. But back into this shit. What I'm trying to convey to you in this story anyway, is that they came up with a method to get energy, nuclear, might I add, without nuclear waste. Now, for the longest time, Before I even gotten this red pill, and I took the red pill from even the environmentalist standpoint, because some motherfuckers over there can get drunk off the shit. They talk about this shit with climate change and ESG and all this other goofy shit. And try to see which companies are corporate responsible, as they called it. I think that's still around to this day. It's really just Karens rating them. And again, that brings me back to the second rumination. But back into this. Speaking of Karens, Jennifer Granholm can't bowl. She ain't shit, but she's the current energy secretary. And she said at a press conference, adding that researchers have been working on this for decades. Of course they have been, dumbass. And then she goes on to say it strengthens our national security, and ignition allows us to replicate certain conditions only found in the stars and in the sun, she said. This milestone moves us one significant step closer to the possibility of zero carbon abundance. Fusion energy powering our society. What a dumbass. Bitch, you are made out of carbon. So the fuck am I. So the fuck is everything surrounded in your room. And let me go with the philosophy. Let me come from the heart with the philosophy that I've been taught, right? It tells me that every last one of these goddamn things was built by men, you short-haired piece of shit, non-bowling ass feminists. She goes on to say, the impact of the scientists' work will assist U.S. industries nationwide. No shit. Today, we will tell the world that America has achieved a significant scientific breakthrough, said Granholm. While at the same time, this same chick, this same Karen, this same Susan is trying to wean you off of oil. I bet you this bitch was behind the rise in the gas prices. Really, those that were in the Senate, those that were in the House of Representatives, really the Congress did that. Really, they did that because they think that oil is an addictive drug to this country. But without it, you would have never gotten the renewable energies that you have. What about the EMP attacks? Huh? What about that shit? Can turn all of this shit off, including solar, might I add. Including wind. There are downsides to, alternative energy. Now, geothermal, I'm for that. Hydroelectric, we got it. But here's the thing. California is using it, most notably LA, most notably San Fran and all them, are getting their shit from the Hoover Dam. Now, correct me if I'm wrong about that, because the Hoover Dam services electricity to all fucking metropoli west of the Hoover Dam. All right. And that's why we got the energy. Well, not we, because I don't live in California, but this is a part of your energy. But you know what's also fucked up, though? It's the way that they got it was really dirty and shady. One good example to see how it would be to watch the movie Chinatown, the one with Faye Dunaway and Jack Nicholson in it. It talks about a guy that took advantage of the building of the Hoover Dam to give California the power that they're running on now. But in other words, they're showing us a breakthrough, if you will, of nuclear wasteless energy. That's not a bad thing, actually. And then to end it up, to end this, follow this all up, I'm going to get into the last article, and then we're going to get into I was about to say super chats. I ain't big, motherfucker. My channel's irrelevant. Oh my God. I'm not from Alabama, goddammit. And I damn sure ain't no porch monkey. I think for myself.
No steady, big fellow.
Because I went my own way. You've went your own way, fellas. This ain't no cell. This ain't no terrorist group. We're just being individualists. Rugged individualists. Free agents, if you will. Exercising what we've always had within us. The rights don't come to us from the Constitution. That's just confirming what we already know. All right. And I do carry that everywhere I go. But let me give y'all some of that good old booger nose, red pill, MGTOW funk. Ooh, baby. Ooh.
No steady, big fellow. Wow.
All right. And then after this is them things that make you go.
Damn!
Bye, Psyche Sub. Okay, let's get on to this right now. Anger, as this is from Newsweek now. Anger as man demands 30% of wife's wages as she works from his home. Oh, shit. Okay. A 32-year-old woman has been urged to move out of her husband's home after he asked her to pay 30% of her salary to work from his house. Hey, wait a minute. I had to sound the alarm on that. Why not? Why not? He provides the commercial real estate. Why not? Why not? Now, in a viral post shared by whatever the fuck this is, Emil, we'll just call him Emil. In a viral post shared by Emil, she explained that her husband bought the house before they got together. That's another one. And he refers to the 2-bed house as his property. He bought the house before he got with you. I don't know why you don't see that. All right. The article goes on to say 2 months ago, she began working from home and started using the other empty bedroom, scare quotes on empty bedroom as an office. But now he wants payment. And Redditors are outraged. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, man. Whatever, bitch. Newsweek reached out to Rebecca Jones, a divorce specialist at an Amicable, a UK-based, Amicable is what it's called, I guess. A UK-based legal service for separating and divorcing couples. Oh, they got a service for this shit now? Well, she said arguing over money can be a common contributor to a relationship breakdown. This is also something we are seeing more of during the cost of living crisis because you got to have dual incomes to keep a household up. You know that. Having conversations about your finances can be daunting for people. However, learning a method that works for you both, which avoids discussions escalating into full-blown argument, can help you keep your marriage healthy by empowering you to address important topics without sweeping them under the carpet to avoid conflict. Now, look, your husband bought that house before you got together. That is your office building. Chances are he is the net taxpayer. Matter of fact, ain't no chances are. He is the net taxpayer in that household. You're not. But you got married to make the two into the one. See, this is why these chicks want marriage, man. Come on now, man. Yeah, man. You're not slick. We know what's up. And you're trying to use relational violence, relational aggression, not physical, like we deal in primitively as men. That is, by the way, a part of nature. Explain why we got the wars, right? But you females, you like to use relational aggression. Hard to detect. It allows you plausible deniability, which is why you put out this this or whatever, or this tweet or whatever. This post on Reddit, as it were. Yeah, you're living in a cost of living crisis. And this shit in this, bitch goes on to say this divorce specialist, as they call her. You know what I'm saying? One of these agents and infiltrators, as Hammer calls it. And if Hammer doesn't call these types of bitches one, he probably should, for real, for real. Ghost Nation, live by it, thrive by it. Big shout to the Ghost Nation. All right. Having conversations about your finances can be daunting for people. However, learning a method that works for you both, which avoids discussions escalating into a full-blown argument, can help keep your marriage healthy by empowering you to address important topics without sweeping them under the carpet to avoid conflict. Okay. In a way, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Now, don't call me a simp for saying this, man. But bad on the husband if he did not lay these boundaries beforehand. Okay, I get it. He couldn't have predicted this. Now, there's a lot of questions unanswered. Did his wife start working from home before they got together? Was she doing this before they got together? I don't know. But if she wasn't, and I guess it's safe to assume that this has been happening ever since they got together. She started working from home ever since they got together. And if that is the case, because I don't think the article even lays that out, really. But if that's the case, then bitch, you better pay up your motherfucking property taxes. That's your office. Pay your office. Just like everybody that runs a damn business. Yeah, you got business going on. But at the end of the day, you got to pay your motherfucking building bills. Ain't that right? Which is why we got commercial real estate. The commercial real estate is the home. Guess who owns that shit? Your husband. Yeah, you may have been made as one in a contract, but he had that office space before you got married. Huh? Come on now. See, females want to play like a man until it's time for them to pay up like a man. Ain't that right, Halle Berry? Ain't that right, Mary J. Blige? That's what you get for being the fucking breadwinner. And I've encountered some females in my 40 plus years of living. All right. I've met a few, one that I was smashing on. Get this. She was paying child support. Yeah, real shit. She was paying child support. But I was smashing that. No, but I had to keep that shit at arm's length, though. I even knew that when I was blue pilled. Because I know. Bitch, what you trying to do? No, this ain't no Insta family. Just add a man like you just add water to, dehydrated food. Nah, I ain't an onion in McDonald's, bitch. No. You better bring something to the table. And that's what happened right here. Now, I'm not going to go further into this bullshit because you already know. There's going to be some more gynocentric pandering. It's going to be some more wah-wahs and fee-fees. And I'm going to get into these comments, brothers, because you know what? You're fucking worth it. Let's get into it. Post Bob, what's happening, man? Yeah, Be the guy that hits the like. Don't be the asshole that doesn't hit the like. And if you're catching them things that make you go, damn, buy Psyche soap. After this, then that's what's up. Now, I don't know. Hidden might have 4-letter Friday. I would like to be on, brother. Kick it with you. Watch a few of these, the crazy videos that you pick up. Like, what the fuck, man? And yeah, when I do my Christmas special, if you are listening, Hidden, there's going to be, we're going to kind of do it like an annual thing. And some of the elements that you had sent me from the last Christmas special is going to be entered into that. And we're going to have us a little fun, man. A little holiday special of In the Bucket. That'll be awesome. No, it's all good, Postal Bob. You're doing what you're doing. And Slitch Malt Liquor says, jettison her with extreme prejudice. And speaking of prejudice,
I'm an Alabama nigger and I wanna be free. Hell with the NAACP. I don't drink, I don't cuss. I wanna ride on the front of the bus. I'm an Alabama nigger and I wanna be free.
wow, what the fuck? Oh no. Oh man. Okay, now in a strange and funny way, if I were to see some of the black and white footage of the 60s, the 50s footage of the civil rights movement, because I just caught some of the lyrics. If I were to see black folks singing this song in the exact way that I put it, you already know what's up. But you know what's kind of funny? That white guys are singing that shit. And they're referring to themselves as niggas. Now, I get it. I get it, black folks. I get it, people. I get it, man. I get it, brother. Listen. If they use the power N word like us, if they use it and bandy it about as terms of endearment, we'll be set back to where we were 200 or shit, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. And they'll start calling us that and bandying it about. And I understand, brothers. That's bullshit. But that's the thing. We made the decision collectively. We, not me personally, but we as black folks, we made the decision to take the sting out of the word. But we only did one good thing and one bad thing. Let me take that back. We did one horrible thing. And we made it a part of our culture. We homogenized it. Yeah, we took the sting out of it so it didn't hurt us, but we're putting the sting back into us in reverse if you look at it. Your King Midas with a curse. Your King Midas in reverse. Because everything you touch turns to shit. Man, get out of here with that. All right, man. This shit was called the backlash. It sometimes make me wish that those that own this publisher, not platform, publisher, was bought by an Elon Musk type, so it can confirm what we already know. After all, guys, it could be done to these leftists too. But here's the problem, Karen, since this is your supremacy, by the way, Susan, you let them all in the door. I mean, literally let them all in the door. Your name is Susan. I'm not calling you this because it is I'm not calling you by your first name colloquially. I'm calling you by your first name because it is your first name and you did let this shit in the door. And now that you let Trania in, Now that you let Trania, we'll call them that. Now that you let Trania in and she's trying to cancel your ass, he, she, they is canceling your ass, Miss Turf. Miss Turf. And you expect us to bail you out? Now, yeah, you may have a lot of simps in the conservative side of the aisle, and it's probably where y'all will be able to agree, and it's probably how you'll get DeSantis in. But at the end of the day, you better not meet a motherfucker like me that knows what it is. That truly, really and truly knows what it is, motherfucker, because Cookie Monster knows what this is. All right, I'm going to get on up out of here, y'all. All right? Things that make you go. Damn. Bye, Psyche. So it seems like I'm losing part of my voice, but yeah, you may be able to catch me on 4-Letter Friday if that is going on. Hidden, I think I owe you all an apology. I will be over there and to continue that with you. And yeah, man. Thank you, One Fast Dak, for showing up. Schlitz Malt Liquor for showing up. Polska Bob for showing up. Mr. Hemi for Speed showing up. All right. Thank you, Broderick Black, for showing up. Hidden for showing up. Snake for showing up. For certain. Word up, Snake. Thank you very much, man. The Godly showed up. Thank you for that. All right. Big shouts. To all of y'all that showed up here. Big ups to the Shermy gang. Okay. Big ups to the Ticosphere. Okay, it's going down. It's going down tonight. Oh shit, Hidden. It's going down tonight. Tonight. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. So 4-Letter Friday's coming on later. I'm gonna I'm gonna get lifted, kick it, turn up. And then when 4-Letter Friday starts, man, it's going to be on. I'm going to kick it over there for a little while before I take my wanna be free little black ass to bed. You know what I'm saying? What else? Next week should be the holiday special with or without chat. I'm still going to do that fucking thing. There's the holiday special with me and my brother Softy Soap. And I'll release it formally. Or if you want to play back the show to get it again, you can do that too. All right. And for all of you brothers, man, we are all one big brother, all belong to one father. You tread on one, you hurt another. And that, to me, is brotherhood. But this catchphrase I would like to get out to. Some of you motherfuckers can say psyche. Some of you motherfuckers can say soap. But can you motherfuckers say psyche soap? God damn it. Damn, what the hell's wrong with y'all? Y'all talking like slavery ended 5 minutes ago.
I'm an Alabama nigger and I want to be free.
The fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? All right, fellas. I think the time is getting tight. It's time for me to go. And make sure you leave a like button on the way out. And don't forget to watch Things That Make You Go. Damn! Which is right now on the Odyssey site. Or if you happen to catch it on BitChute, you can catch it. Or MGTOW.tv. I am out. See ya!
Didn't I treat you right now? Didn't I do the best I could? Didn't I give you everything? I tried my best just to be a man.